So how does the SNL thing come about? It's just like I
Yeah.
want to apply, or does someone reach out that you
No,
should
so this,
apply?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a weird process, but yeah. So uh if you're like popping, if you're
Mm.
just like catching fire as a stand-up or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
your videos online, whatever, um, yeah, they may ask you through your reps or whatever to like submit a
Yeah.
tape. It always starts with like the tape. So that's one way if you're like really popping.
Mm, mm.
If you're not and you're just like, pounding the pavement at one of these theaters, what traditionally happens is at UCB New York, at IO Chicago, Second City Chicago, Second City Toronto, even. The SNL scouts will ask them once a year, usually around August, to put together a lineup of like their 15 or so like best people. Okay. And they'll fly in and they'll watch that
Mm.
showcase. Okay? And then there's like a more competitive showcase after the theater has put together theirs, where SNL will compile people in a city that they like from stand-up clubs, from improv, from whatever,
Yeah.
and put them on that showcase, that lineup of like 15 people.
Do those
Okay.
people know that this is for SNL?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
they
yeah,
know. Okay.
yeah. I mean, yeah, the theater won't like promote it or
Right.
whatever, and on their website it'll say like character showcase, but everybody
Right.
knows,
Right.
that
Right.
is that stuff. So yeah, so I actually my first like time doing it was like in 2017. Um, I had never like submitted a tape or anything like that. Or I think I did like the year before, but didn't get it. And so IO West was one of the theaters that was putting together that was actually the theater that was putting together the SNL showcase. So SNL was like, okay, we're curating the whole lineup of like, 12 people. You can put in 3 of your people at the theater. Okay. So yeah, this is like kind of relatively early on in my like sketch
Mm.
experience.
Mm.
I hadn't done a ton, but I was just like, I know that like my characters are really solid. So I just submitted a tape, and through like the IO West route, I ended up being like one of the 3 people that they picked for the SNL showcase.
Wow.
Like SNL curates the rest of the lineup, but
Yeah.
I got in basically like through the back door and
Right.
was
Right.
like, I'm also here. Let me. Yeah. So, yeah, one of the most stressful, nerve-wracking nights of my entire life. Because like, yeah, it's all these like really cool people that I've seen around town and on TV, and then yeah, I go up, I do my thing. I felt like it went fine. I truly like had an out of body experience during
Yeah.
it. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember like doing my set. I just remember
Right.
like my set was here, and I'm like right outside
Yeah.
like, watching me like, oh shit, you're like doing it in front of these SNL scouts. And it was like one of the main producers. And for whatever reason, Ben Affleck, I think, was dating one of the main producers at the time.
Oh,
So Ben Affleck was there.
wow.
And so was Casey Affleck. They were in the audience that night. And they told me that kind of like right before I went on. They're just like, oh shit, like Ben Affleck's in the audience. I was
Oh,
like,
that's great.
cool. Yeah. So yeah, it went fine. Yeah, nothing came from it. And then like since then, uh, after that, I got on a team at UCB and I started to do Get Brown more and just got more and more experienced. And yeah, just have been submitting tapes after
Mm.
that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm just gonna keep submitting tapes.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah, yeah, why not?
And do you think you're gonna keep it like Brown centric, or be generic also? Well, generic, but like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I definitely have like all of that in my repertoire. I think
mm,
the stuff that often like pops off the most online is like the Brown centric
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That just like does the best. But yeah, being on a sketch team, you got to be able to write whatever material it is. For years and years when I was on a sketch team, I only ever wrote stuff that was just kind of generic. But when we did the Get Brown, that was like an opportunity to really focus in on that.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.